So, it's Saturday, it's the day before the Cotswold Cup. There's a match down here tomorrow, Cotswold Cup. There's a match at Radcut, which is a Swallowtail. I normally get involved in the Cotswold Cup this weekend. So, I didn't really want to fish a peg that's going to be put in tomorrow, but I do want to go out and have a go because there's no wind and it's bloody lovely, and we got a load of colour in the water, look, and it's all come up. It looks ideal for bream to me, but I've said that before and it doesn't work, does it? But this is a new peg I've cut out. This is in between the Caravan Swim 39 and peg 40. It's a deep hole on the inside, out the flow. I've had bream below it, so it's as good a chance as any. There is another option. I'll walk down there and have a look at that in a minute. Peg 40 up the inside. I'm going to go and put some bait under the tree there. Everybody swears blind there's no fish in it, but my man's had some bream out of it before. Old, well done. So I'm going to get set up and switch the camera back on and we'll see if we can catch some fish today. Right, we're ready to start. I'll put 2 droppers, 2 of them like I do. Chopworm and maggot in about here. It's about 12 metres, not far, just on the edge of the flow. Got a good depth, got good 10 foot, so we're just going to fish for bream really. Might get the odd perch and roach and bits and bobs, but ideally we want some bream to turn up. I have mixed up some ground bait in there. That's mostly soil with a little bit of brown crumb in it. There's no food in it yet, but I probably will put some hemp and maggot in it. But I don't want to put that in unless I have to. That's it. We'll have a little cast. 2 gram float. We'll start on that. Nothing heavy. 3.5 pound main line. Blue hydro. This is quite light, but if that becomes a problem, we can soon step it up. At the moment, we're just going to see what's how that float's going to be a bit like that. Flow's just picked up typically. But we'll see, won't we? First put in. 2 grams, alright. I don't want to go any further than that. It's probably 6 inches deeper, a bit further out. But I've just been, when I got here, Adam Murphy's round on 42, so I went to see him. And he said if he tried to trot a float through, he was just catching weed that's all flowing through. Not weed on the bottom, weed that's just been uprooted, chopped up by the boats, whatever. But there's a lot of rubbish flowing through. So I thought, well, I don't want to fish a peg in the flow and have to deal with all that malarkey, so a nice little slack is a good idea when it's like this. A very good idea, in fact. Slightly over depth, only a couple of inches. I've probably increase that shortly and hold it solid with just slowly running it through at half speed. There was a bite. That's the worm gone. This is quite a fine rig. It's only a size 18, so that might be coming off. But just wanted to catch a fish to start with, didn't we? Just chopping the head off a worm and then threading it up yoke. I don't know whether you can see what I'm doing now. Not very good with this camera, but there we go. Alright. I have only put 2 droppers in, so there's every chance it'll be crayfish, but if that happens, we'll probably put a bit of ground bait out there and just try and attract some fish in to turf them out like. But it's lovely and warm. In fact, it's quite muggy, but there's no wind. Real slight upstream wind, so it's in my face here, but it ain't a problem. we're only going to be sat on the pole like this all day. A lot of bleak out there, lots of little fish topping and pecking at the line I just see. There we go, let's see what we've got out there then. Probably a perch by the feels of it. Yeah, little stripey. There we go, it's a start though, isn't it? That's a start, that is. Right, first fish. Right, we're off the mark. That'll go again, won't it? I've just caught a skin bob out of Clanfield, would you believe? Unbelievable. That is nice to see them in this river. Anybody tells me there ain't no bream in this stretch, I'll throttle them. If there ain't no bream in this river, how did that get here? Hey, there are bream here. It's just got to be right for them, innit? Just got to be right for them to feed. Beautiful. Tell you what, that's made my day already. Obviously the bar's just turned up. Daz is here now, so again we're going to stay well hydrated. He does. Yeah, he does look after me. Ah. Answer that. There we go. We've had, I don't know what we got, half a dozen perch, one skimmer. This is the second roach, but that's lovely. I have only been sat on the worm, so it's been quite slow, to be fair. I've missed a bream bite. I've struck and missed it, and when I brought it in there's a load of slime up the line, so we're still optimistic. Daz is still here keeping me hydrated. He's doing a good job. He's looking after me. I know you lot worry. Bobby, I know you worry. Bobby cares. But we're okay, we're safe. So we're just sticking with the worm. Just holding it back solid, leaving the pole on the bump bar. Just waiting for it to go. And that's as easy as it gets. I have set a flat float up, I've put that out there. I've had a couple of perch on that, but it's just not quite fast enough for that to work. It'd be alright if I went out further into the flow, but I don't want to do that. Just want to catch them here in this little hole. It's right. I've had a bit of a drizzle, so I better clean the lens because Jamie tells me off for that sort of stuff. Yeah, not heard from Jamie, so I don't know how he's got on today at Tadpole, but not very well, I guess, otherwise he'd have rang me. But it is nice and peaceful down here. I'm not very good at clicking this button when I hook them, but I'm jiggery pokered. Look at that. Now that is a roach. What a roach. What a roach. Oh, that's just lovely. Life doesn't get any better than that. That's that's knocking a pound. Knocking a pound. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, it's just started raining. Probably won't do much more now, but I had a lovely roach, as you see earlier. Skimmer, quite a few perch, a few half decent sized roach, but I have only just sat on the worm. Lots of little fish toppings, so I think if you just sat on the maggot you'd catch all day long, but you know what I'm like. We've tried for bream and it hasn't happened. I did put a marker in the water when I got here. Don't know whether you can see, right down in there, there's a little stick, and that has dropped a good 6 inches since I've been here, sort of midday till now. It's probably just gone 6 o'clock. So yeah, if it had stayed up and chocolate and was coming up, then it would have been Bream River all day long, but I still think there's enough colour in it for the bream to have a go, but it is dropping out. So tomorrow I do anticipate, what was that? Might have been a crayfish. I've had a few crayfish today. Tomorrow I would anticipate it being a chub river. Wouldn't have said that this morning. It was chocolate brown. It had come up and it was gunning through, so I thought it was going to be bream or barbel, but now it's dropping off and we've got no rain really to talk about coming, so I would have thought tomorrow it'll be fining off, as we know the chub love, and dropping. Well, it's dropping now, so it's got to drop tomorrow. So I'll be highly confident tomorrow of us having a few chub. So we'll try and make a double video out of this. This was just a play today. And that has been the best rig as well, by the way. 2 gram, probably 18 inches over depth, holding it solid, just leaving it in the bump bar. Can't get any easier than that, can it? Reasonably slow. It is towing through. If I let it trot, it will go through, but I did set a flat float up, only a little 3 grammer, but yeah, not really my thing. This works. If I was out another 2 meters, then yeah, a flat float would have been a good idea, but it's not difficult to hold a smallish float back hard there. Did have a pike earlier as well, a little jack pike, about £1.5, £2 maybe. Yeah, it's alright, bit of sport. Yeah, just not the slabs we was expecting, but as we've learnt, that's bream fishing for you, isn't it? They don't always turn up, do they? There we go. I'll show you what I've caught at the end, and we'll press on till tomorrow. There's always tomorrow to go fishing, isn't there? There's always tomorrow. Don't stop going fishing, because if you don't go, you don't know, do you? You won't catch anything sat at home. That's a little trot. Struck too early then, see? On a bit of worm, you've got to let them have it. Don't strike too early. Let it bury. Easier said than done. Had a couple of visitors today. Daz has obviously brought me refreshments. Had a Murphy pop round and say hello. He'd had a few roach, some decent sized roach, he said. And Chris has popped down, brought me some lunch. Good old boy. So thanks to him. And I'm just sat here now, chilling out on my own. We will pack up shortly, but I just think there's a chance. It's that time of day. If it's going to happen, it'll happen now. And I've got nowhere else to be, so we might as well just hang on. Every time I turn the camera off, I get a fish. It's unbelievable. It's like they know. It's quite tricky getting them in here because you're sat in between 2 trees. But Jesus Christ, that's another clonking roach. Right, you do have to battle a bit in here. But my God, why can't we catch these in a match? I mean, there's just something about that, isn't there? Hey? That's over 8 ounces. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful roach. All on the worm. Not a big hook, only a size 16, B560. 210 bottom, I don't know what that is. 010, 011, something like that. Not mega fine, but strong enough that if I need to do something, I could battle it out. So again, chop the head off, go that way, don't want that. Thread that worm up the hook. There we go, look. I mean, why wouldn't you eat that? Yeah, I've not loose fed anything today, nothing at all. Bit of that crumb down in there. I did mix up a bait box full of it with a load of chop in it, and I have given it a good 2 balls and then another 2 balls, just to try and get some bream in really, but that's right, it's been enjoyable. I don't know what I got in the net, 4 or 5 pound I suppose. Again, not a busy day. I've not tried to catch little fish, I've not tried to do any good. I just want to see if there's a lump hanging about. But still very nice to see them big roach and a nice skimmer. So it is not a fail, is it? It's a good day. It's a good day, sir. Oh, I don't know how this is going to work because Jamie don't give me a tripod, see? But I'm going to try and bring my fish up here so you can see what I've caught. It's not been the bream way that we was open for. But in amongst this little bag, I mean, just look at that. I don't know where I am on there, but that's just bloody awesome. Little skip bob as well, you know, perches. Have a little, we'll get the camera in there. It's not a lot, but we got out and we done a bit. But just the fact that I caught that roach is enough for me. I hope Jamie edits this. It's hard work when you're on your own. It is hard work. I'm going to try and balance that up there, look. Do this. I don't know whether that comes out. I ain't got a clue. But there's a good 4 or 5 pound, I suppose. But that roach is just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Fish of the day. If that's on there, that is the fish of the day. Well over a pound, I'd say. Beautiful. If Jamie can get that on there somehow, don't know. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. That one not much further behind it. And my favourite, little skin bob. Beautiful. Right, we'll get these back. We'll have another go tomorrow.